I'm really excited about it because something that I've been thinking about, and it's inspired actually. Besides, of course, the roots of mindfulness, the elements are a big part of it. But it's also inspired by this book, one of my favorite books, and some of you might know it. It's called The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. And I have like, I don't know, 3 copies of this book because everybody always gets it for me. It's my favorite book. And I always end up just donating to children's shelters and other places. So, but it's interesting because we started a couple of weeks ago with, or maybe it was like maybe a week and a half ago, we started with the human body. And so we're going to transition from there. And so the elements are really a way to tune in to the body and to really notice what's in the body and how our body just belongs to earth. And so today we are taking on the first element, which is the earth element. And when I talk about the earth element, I'm referring to the soil, it's called dirt or soil, that really nourishes our bodies, that provides so much of it for us. And so I also thought that it was interesting to do this because of everything that's happening in the world and our disconnect with nature and with other forms of life. And so I thought it was interesting to just have that out there too for maybe some people that might find it useful. This is a meditation that is wonderfully done in nature, but we don't need to be anywhere to do this. We can always tune in to nature as we know it in our minds. So I welcome you. On Friday, we did the mountain meditation as a start with the earth meditation. So this is along the same lines, but it's not really a really embodying the mountain. Is more about feeling through the elements of the mountain this time and the soil. So I welcome you, and please do get comfortable. And if you like to sit, sitting like a mountain is welcome, but whatever works for you is fine. So if you'd rather lie, that's fine too. You can lay down, you can stand. If you're laying down, just make sure that you're not too tired, that you'll fall asleep. So maybe just taking in a deep breath. And then just welcoming yourself in this way. Settling into this body, settling into the moment. And just becoming fully aware of where you are right now, how your body is positioned. Noticing where your feet are. Noticing how you've placed your hands in this moment. And then taking in another deep breath and on a long exhale. Just becoming aware of this body here at this moment. This body breathing for you. And noticing the inhale and noticing the exhale. Following the rhythm of the breath. And with each in breath, we take a little from the world, and with each out breath, we give a little. And as you do this, just becoming fully aware of how the body just knows this dynamic of taking in a little and giving a little. Always balancing the taking and the giving. So, as I was saying, the inspiration for this series is this book, and it's a wonderful story about a tree. But I kind of relate it to just Earth in general. And the constant taking that we do, giving so little back sometimes. So, making the conscious decision to allow your attention to just rest right here in this dynamic of the body breathing. Teaching us that just as we take, we also have to give. So tuning into feeling the breath in the body. Feeling the transformation of the breath coming in and leaving the body. And if there's still a lot in the mind right now, a lot of what to do, thoughts, just recognizing them as thoughts. They're not necessarily real. And they can just stay in the background. There's no reason to suppress them, make them go away. Embracing the moment exactly as it is. Welcoming your experience exactly as it is. Now just allowing yourself to settle into the body again, noticing the body sitting here, sitting like a mountain if you're sitting. Same if you're lying down. The shape of the body, its perceived solidity. And then just knowing that this body is made out of oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, phosphorus mainly. And so is the earth. The earth is made out of iron, oxygen, sulfur, calcium, magnesium. Very much the same. And of course, there's some other components, but we have so much in common because we come from the earth. So as you turn into the body, you can feel the heaviness or the lightness of the body sitting or resting here in the surface holding you. These are earth qualities. Just like when you pick up a stone, you can feel its heaviness, its lightness. Roughness or smoothness as you sit here. Softness from the surface holding you. So just noticing these earth-like qualities in the body. Becoming aware of what you're sensing right now. It's a heaviness. It's a lightness. It's the smoothness or stiffness of the cushion holding you. And in this heaviness or lightness of the muscle in the body, maybe noticing if there is any contraction. Is there tension, tightness? And can it be let go as an invitation? And perhaps your feet are in contact with the ground. You can imagine your feet dissolving right into the earth's crust. Same, made out of the same, belonging to the earth. And perhaps even the surface holding you is made out of earth, wood, metal, solids. Feeling the gravity that's keeping you here, keeping the body in place. This gravity that keeps everything else in place in earth. Also the gravity that gives you a sense of balance, that contributes to bone growth. So just noticing gravity right now as you stay here, put in the seat, put in the cushion, without floating away, without moving away. And the heaviness of the body is just gravity settling down. And to move, it takes effort. The body knows this. And as you continue to notice the solidity, the perceived solidity of the body in this moment, the mass, the weight, the flesh, the bones that are made out of calcium, just like the earth's crust contains calcium as well. All these minerals that are found in the body and in the earth and everywhere else. So as you perceive and explore this density in this body, you can also rest assured that this body you inhabit has a lot in common with the trees. So if you bring a tree to your mind's eye and you notice it, you can perceive the wood and the bark and the outside of the tree. And an entire ecosystem in the inside, just like the human body. It's got skin, it's got structure. Made out of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, just like the human body. So if you imagine a tree rooted to the ground, solid, stable. In the same way, if you're standing, you're rooted to the ground, solid, stable, both made out of the same, the human body and the tree. Noticing this quality of heaviness or lightness in the arms as they rest here. And the skull, held by the muscle in the neck. And you can even imagine holding a stone, noticing how the stone also has the same qualities. contains similar minerals. Maybe coming into the recognition that the Earth's crust contains most of the minerals and nutrients our body needs. And even granite has a similar composition to the human body. So as you notice the qualities of the stone, you can notice the same qualities in the body. The heaviness, the lightness. So at any time that you want to contemplate the earth element, you can always tune into the sensation of lightness, heaviness, the perceived solidity of the body, the bones, the muscle, the mass. Also noticing how the body takes its nutrients from the soil, all the minerals. And the connection we have to the natural world, the foods we eat. And furthermore, just like the weather affects the appearance of even the most solid structures in nature, it also affects our appearance. The sun, the coolness. We can say that the human body and the natural world are one. And that this body belongs to nature. It is not my body. It is not I. It doesn't belong to me. It is one with nature, not separate. It's just borrowed. There's a quote that says, looking at beauty in the world is the first step of purifying the mind. And William Stafford in his poem Earth Dweller says, it was all the clouds at once become precious. It was the barn and the shed and the windmill, my hands, the crack made by the axe handle. Oh, let me stay here humbly, forgotten, to rejoice in it all. Let the sun casually rise and set. If I have not found the right place, teach me. For somewhere inside, the clouds are vaulted mansions. Lines through the barn sing for the saints forever. The shed and windmill rear the glorious, the sun shudders like a gong. Now I know why people worship, carry around magic emblems, wake up talking dreams they teach to their children. The world speaks. The world speaks everything to us. It is our only friend. So that's a poem by William Stafford. So as we sit here, maybe taking in a couple of breaths, and just becoming aware of your surroundings, the sounds around you, the silence around you. Tuning into this knowing deep, deep inside you, the knowing that this body belongs to nature. And the nature is in this body as much as this body is in nature. And if at any time you want to feel the earth in this body, all you have to do is tune in to that sensation of lightness, heaviness. The solidity that's perceived, the density. So I thank you for this form of practice, for practicing with me in this way, for being open to exploring the elements